Good morning. It's about 5:30 in the morning on a Monday, January 22nd. What are you doing up? What am I doing up? Well, I'm getting ready for work, of course, but I wanted to update you real quick on the ice storm that has begun in the center part of the country and will continue um, as we move further north into the day. And so here are the watches and warnings across the country right now. And yeah, it's an ice storm warning for parts of Arkansas into Missouri, winter storm warning for parts of Oklahoma, surrounded by winter weather advisories stretching all the way into the Ohio Valley as freezing rain has begun and will be moving north. We have cold air still in northern Florida, southeastern Georgia, with freeze warnings there. Dense fog advisory for the South Plains of Texas into eastern New Mexico. A winter weather advisory up in North Dakota, also for Montana, Washington, a little bit of Oregon. California, winter storm warnings for the Sierra Nevada. Otherwise, it's flood watches for the Bay Area and points north. A little bit of a winter weather advisory there as well as you get towards the Nevada border. And heavy rain flood watches for Southern California. So LA Basin down to San Diego. And yeah, a little bit of wind too for Louisiana, a little bit of the Texas Gulf Coast, and also for the coast of California. So we've got a lot going on, especially with the ice. Today's surface shows ice, freezing rain possible, North Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, Arkansas, also down to the Big Bend of Texas, North Dakota, South Dakota, Montana, Washington, Oregon, Columbia River Gorge there. Big area of mixed precipitation across the west, central part of the country, and northern plains. And then we're looking at, again, our heavy rain flash flooding possible for northern California. Rain for the rest of California, much of the rest of California, and into Arizona. And it's showers and thunderstorms for parts of Texas today as well. Lake effect snow still coming down off of Lake Erie and off of Lake Ontario. So Pennsylvania, New York state mostly affected by those lake effect snows. So here's what's going on right now. This is the GFS, and we'll pick it up from here a little bit later, but I just wanted to show you this. This is where the ice is coming down right now. So Oklahoma, Arkansas, into Missouri, and moving into Illinois. A little bit of snow thrown in for parts of Michigan, and that's heavy rain for parts of Texas. It looks like still, San Antonio, Austin perhaps, and then moving into Louisiana, and we see the rain showers, some of them heavy in California, lighter rain for Oregon and Washington with snow in the higher elevations in eastern Oregon. Now, here's what St. Louis is saying. I just picked one that was getting some ice this morning, and I looked at St. Louis. They have 30 degrees with light freezing rain right now, and here's what the National Weather Service is saying. Stay safe in icy conditions. Walk like a penguin, which you've heard. Take it slow, deliberate steps. Use shoes with good traction. I'm saying golf shoes, but people tell me, no, they're expensive. I don't want to ruin my golf shoes. Okay, whatever. Tennis shoes are not ideal. Trust me. I know that's true. Keep your hands free. Be prepared to catch yourself if you fall. Use a wide stance, short steps, blah, blah, blah. Walking like a penguin. On the roads, I would say don't drive. I think they're saying that too. Don't drive if you must. Stay alert. Take it very slow. Or is it very slowly? I'm thinking that's better. Slower speeds avoid many accidents. Assume the road is icy. Unexpected slick spots cause wrecks. Plenty of space between yourself and the cars around you. This is common sense, but it's a good reminder. Avoid quick actions. Brake and accelerate slowly. That's the truth right there. If you must brake, keep the wheels straight. And just my own driving tip in ice and snow is very light touch on the steering wheel. And if you find yourself sliding, turn into the skid. Very good. Tomorrow, more ice baby. Still Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri. We'll throw in Kansas and Iowa, where I live. It is in our forecast. Illinois, Indiana, Ohio. And heavy rain, flash flooding possible. Houston, East Texas into western Louisiana, surrounded by showers and thunderstorms. We continue with our mix across much of the west, a little bit of ice in eastern Washington, and showers and thunderstorms along the California coast as well. So let's pick it up on the GFS. And this is the map we showed you earlier. We do have the freezing rain coming down from Arkansas, Oklahoma, through Missouri into Illinois. This is an hour from now. And we see the showers and thunderstorms for California and some heavy rain there. Lighter rain for the Pacific Northwest, but still coming down pretty good. So we move this and we're seeing this heavy rain coming down in East Texas. A little bit of ice still hanging in there, Arkansas, Missouri, with some ice in the Chicago area. And this is noon o'clock today. So as we go forward in time, you see the ice moving northward. So it's getting kind of heavy ice for Illinois, parts of Indiana, towards Chicago. Ice being replaced by regular rain. So that's good. And the roads are not icy all day. Is that a song? Anyway, heavy rainfall in Arkansas, back through Louisiana, and some showers and thunderstorms moving into Arizona. They'll be happy with that. Nevada getting some light snow. Now, where are we? Oh, here's some lake effect snow coming into northern New York. This is midnight tonight right there. And you see the ice continuing and moving into Indiana, Ohio, Illinois. Rain further south. A little bit of light rain. Half the calories of our regular rain for the Pacific Northwest. And some snows coming off the lakes for mainly New York here. And our ice continues to move northward, and some snow on the top side of that for Michigan into Wisconsin and eastern Iowa. A little bit of light rain for the Pacific Northwest. Pretty good snows for the mountains of Arizona. Pretty good rains for the lower elevations. Rain also moving into New Mexico, and scattered showers for Texas into Louisiana. Look at this batch of heavy rain out in the Gulf Coast bothering nobody, but will that move into Florida? Let's find out. Here's noon tomorrow. Heavy rainfall, parts of Texas. Some pretty good snows for New York State, a little bit of Pennsylvania into Michigan, Wisconsin, northern Illinois. And this batch of heavy rain, is it going to move into Florida? Well, it kind of falls apart. Good for you, Florida. Heavy rainfall, Arkansas into Texas. So this is not ice, so that's good. And this is not ice either, so this is mostly snow up here. And a little bit of rain and snow, depending on your elevation, for Arizona and New Mexico. And as we go forward in time, we are now Wednesday. This is Tuesday at midnight. Wednesday at 6 a.m. So a little bit of snow coming out here in western Kansas. Good line of showers and storms, kind of persistent here for Louisiana into East Texas and up through Mississippi and Tennessee, and our next system approaching the Pacific Northwest with rain. So as we get into the day Wednesday, this is noon o'clock. A little bit of light snow for Nebraska. Otherwise, it's rain for Nebraska into Iowa and all across, Michigan, back into the Ohio Valley. The heavy showers into the southeastern part of the country. And our next storm in the Pacific Northwest, not a big deal, just rain on the coast, snow in the higher elevations and east of the Cascades. And as we go through time, we see a little bit more ice for Wisconsin, kind of brief. And our heavy rains continue for Louisiana, Mississippi, parts of Texas, now Mississippi, Tennessee, Alabama, Louisiana again. As we get into Friday now, this is Friday morning, this is Friday 6 a.m. This is Friday at noon. We see the rain showers moving up the coast, the East Coast. A little bit of snow in southeastern Colorado by noon on Friday. And a little bit of rain moving into actually this is pretty heavy rain, Northern California, Southern Oregon coast. And we're kind of getting into the land of where things get a little less certain. But some things to watch out for. Another system forming down here with heavy rainfall, Arkansas. Louisiana, a little lighter on the rain. Heavier rain for Oklahoma, Kansas, and into Missouri. And rain for the Pacific Northwest. Rain just off the coast of New Jersey. A little bit of that getting into say Rhode Island, Connecticut, and Massachusetts. And again, this is Saturday now, 6 a.m., noon. And we see our rain showers spreading across the Ohio Valley with a little bit of snow on the top side, bringing rain to the East Coast. And then out of here, by the time we get into Monday morning, it's quiet across most of the country. So if you're tired of cold winter, your break has arrived. But in the transition, we're getting that silver thaw. And really, I didn't explain it really well last time. Maybe you've heard of the phrase silver thaw. It was something I remember as a kid that people used to toss around that phrase. And a silver thaw is just that. It's the transition from cold, snowy type weather into warmer weather. And in the transition, when the warm air moves in with the moisture, you'll get ice. And because the ice covers the trees and the way it reflects the sun, it looks kind of silvery. So a silver thaw as things cover up with ice. And then as we've seen from our maps here, then it warms up and you get an actual thaw. And that's what's happening in our updated now 6 to 10 day temperature forecast. Much of the country with a good chance of above average temperatures as we head to the end of January. And even our local forecast, mid-30s for highs this week. It's a touch above average. Low temperatures still below freezing, and some of that freezing precipitation possible, especially for tomorrow for us, tomorrow morning. But it looks like next week will be even warmer than this week. So, we have 2 feet of snow-ish on the ground to melt, probably a little less than that. But I think it's going to melt slowly at first, and that's good news because you don't want heavy rain on top of a big snowpack flooding problems. I think we'll avoid that, hopefully. Meanwhile, our precipitation forecast for the end of the month into the first few days of February, wet west, dry east, generally speaking. All right. Well, if you have ice in your area, walk like a penguin and be safe out there. And don't drive if you don't have to. Speaking of driving, I better get to work. I've got some kids to shuttle to Omaha. So we will update you tomorrow at the latest. Have a great day. Thanks for tuning in to the Weather Mike. Like and subscribe, all the things. Appreciate it.